What is up, SGL? Welcome on in on this fine Sunday night where we have a premier doubleheader for you tonight, kicking off with a big elimination match between Frontera SD Chrome of San Diego FC and Axon Army of Portland Timbers, followed by La Cinco Doce versus El Matador in the upper final. This is the only Mazar, and we got no time to waste. We need to kick off this first match because everyone's in and we are at kickoff time, so let's get started. Making sure everyone's in, and then we will get going. Everyone's starting to join now as the clock ticks down to the first game of tonight. Frontera Chrome versus Axon Army. Here we go. Just a reminder, chat. The Portland Timbers team is now one big team comprised of Axon Rose and Timbers Army players, which is why you see a starting three of Loyboy, AGD Delight, and Piglet. If you're wondering why AGD Delight's teaming up with two SGL Premier players, that's why. They're all in the same squad. Meanwhile, Frontera Chrome going with the familiar lineup of Chelsea Man, aka Larson, Fiery French Toast, and Mecky Ducky. Piglet GOAT indeed, Luis. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how big of a role Piglet will play here, especially with Axon Rose player AG Delight involved in this game one. Nice save, by the way, from AG Delight. What a pre-jump that was. Great read covering the net. He might have been inspired by some great defending from Championship Sunday today from the Paris Major. What a start from him. But Axon Rose are on the back foot. Double there from Chelsea Man. No resistance at all. All the time and space to execute this nice and smooth. Piglet missing. AG Delight going for a 50. Just out of position. And Frontera Chrome take the lead. Must say, this space station decal is pretty sick. Pretty nice to see Piglet rock with it. AG Delight with a nice vehicle of his own. Loyboy going with the standard Batmobile. Probably a lighthearted jab at Ducky for not playing with the Batmobile. Mecky Ducky choosing to go with the more conventional Fennec tonight. I'm sorry, Mecky Ducky is actually playing the Batmobile. Why did I not catch that earlier? So it is a battle of the Batmobiles between Loyboy and Mecky Ducky. Might have been something they agreed to do beforehand, who knows? But right now, Frontera Chrome have all control of this game so far. Axon Army have had a couple of good 4-4, but no real good chances created until now. Loyboy looking for the shot. Good 50 right there. The ball gets taken away. Great 50 by Piglet. But Chelsea Man is there to follow up and boom it to the other end. Fiery French Toast following up off of the post. Should have been 2-0. He's probably going to be annoyed that he missed that. But Frontera Chrome have done very well to recycle possession and bring it forward. Chelsea Man booming it up yet again. Following it up with a pass off the backboard. Is there any taker? No, Mecky Ducky comes in late off of the crossbar. And Fiery French Toast gets in on the goal scoring. Finally, after that big miss earlier, he gets Frontera Chrome second. Axon Army just second bested throughout that sequence. They have a whole lot of work to do to catch up. They might need a lucky break to get back into this, but so far, it's the San Diego boys who are on top. Trying to catch up with the chat real quick. Trashloon bringing up the Takumi. Hey, I'm amazed you guys actually committed to the Takumi like that. Takumi's not a bad vehicle, but most people don't even think about trying it nowadays. Lest we forget, it was one of the first DLCs from Psyonix. for Rocket League. AA aren't doing too bad with this being their first time together. Yeah, they haven't been really, you know, that disjointed. They've actually worked pretty well together. I think they might play a bunch of games with and against each other, which probably explains it. AGD Delight also looks pretty good with better teammates too. Like, he feels like he can play a bigger part now. Getting some nice touches, getting into good positions, rotating well with his teammates as well. Only problem is this Frontera Chrome side is just way too fast at the moment. Getting to the loose balls way before anyone from Axon Army can. And there's the third, the demo leaving the open net at the back. Just goes from bad to worse for the Portland Timbers boys. Piglet diving nowhere near the ball. And Chelsea man gets his second. And Frontera Chrome's third with less than a minute remaining. Frontera Chrome are looking to lock in game one. You've been using it since the first day you played? Respect, Crash Food. I never would have thought that there would have been people who stick with a Takumi for that long, but you know what? Respect, man. We used to have Toad Death, who would play for the Seattle teams, one of the Seattle teams in Emerald City RC. He would stick with the Masamune, and he's been a Masamune player for a very, very long time. Speaking of unconventional vehicles, Meki Ducky showing off with the Batmobile. Great first touch, nice second touch to take control, and great job scooping it up and then getting that carry fast enough to beat the keeper. 4-0, and it's all over in this game for Axon Army. They needed some warm-up. They probably got it right here, but they have to play catch-up now for the rest of this match. Frontera Chrome are really starting to send a strong message here, a message of intent that no matter who they face in this Axon Army side, even if it's all Axon Rose players, they're not going to hold back. They're going to go hard in the paint, and they're going to want to make sure they get to the lower semifinals. No goals for Axon Army in this game. I don't know if this is going to be their only trio for this match, or if they're going to make substitutions, but they do have a massive roster, which will give them a chance to make some changes if needed. We need a Scarab player in this league. Boy, Trash Loon, do I have some news for you. We actually do have a Scarab player. He plays for Axon Army, actually. I don't know if he's around right now, but if he turns up, you'll see him playing in the Scarab for sure. Yes, we have people who pick unconventional vehicles. You know, no one's afraid to try different cars, good or bad, you know, gold or SSL. Everyone's willing to play with whatever they're comfortable with and go for it. So as someone who uses a bunch of unconventional vehicles, I massively respect that. You've missed most of the upper league? Well, I don't think this Axon Army player has played yet. His name's Hamburger Herder. I think he's yet to make an appearance. But under Axon Rose last season for the Portland Timber side in the championship, he was using the Scarab very much often. Ooh, right on cue. Game 2 kicking off at Sovereign Heights. Here we go. I mentioned this a few streams ago, but I'm really happy that Sovereign Heights is now a part of the RLCS map rotation. One of my favorite maps in the game. And really love that sun setting aesthetic as well at the background. But right now, it's all about the action on this grass field. Fiery French Toast taking advantage of a great Chelsea man pass the middle. Nobody back for Axon Army. Everyone pushed up right there. And it's 1-0 to the San Diego boys after 15 seconds. Is this it? Yes, it is! Loyboy goes back to the conventional octane and gets the first goal for Axon Army. Straight away making an impact. Tie game now. Could this be the moment where Axon Army turns it around and takes the initiative? We shall see. So far, they haven't decided to make any substitutions. They're going to stick with the trio that they have right here. Just good enough because these boys have been playing pretty well. Interesting from AG Delight, getting a flip reset right there, but just too late with the second dodge. Loyboy getting better timing on his. Doesn't really get a powerful enough pinch, though. Speaking of pinch attempt between Ducky and Fiery French Toast, but now they gotta defend. AG Delight testing Chelsea Man right there, who does well enough to get the ball out to the midfield. AG Delight right there, faking Chelsea Man. You don't see that all the time. Incredible gameplay from the Axon Rose captain from Season 10. Absolutely insane right there. This Timbers Army side, Axon Army side is playing with full confidence. The Piglet from Timbers Army of Season 10 almost getting a goal. Loyboy also. Big save from Ducky to keep it out, and then the post came to help. Now at the other end, this is where Frontera Chrome are good. These quick, instant counterattacks. Just nobody there to take advantage of that. Chelsea Man cross. Loyboy looking for his solo effort. Off of the goal frame, though, yet again. He's getting closer, though. The Octane is making a big impact so far. And now you can see Frontera Chrome start to respect their opposition some more. Not really commit as high up. Choosing to drop back and set themselves up. Get some boosts as well before they engage. Loose ball, though, in the middle. Nobody there from Frontera Chrome to take advantage yet again. But they are in position to keep the pressure going. Meki Ducky with a 0 boost shot. Not on target, though. Doesn't even get the quarter boost. He has to retreat. Chelsea Man trying to keep it up, but his loose touch brings the ball to the other end. Nice pass by Loyboy to AG Delight, who also ran out of boost and couldn't do much. Now he has to get back into the goal. Another off-target shot. In these moments, you gotta make your shots count because Axon Army are right there. You don't want them to get more confidence as the time goes down. You want them to be on the back foot and under pressure. Right now, it's Loyboy carrying the ball forward into the blue goal. Good defending yet again from Ducky. Now he's out of the back line. He needs to engage. Chelsea Man somehow got the final touch. Absolute insanity. And Frontera Chrome takes the lead off of an incredibly fortuitous moment. Fiery French Toast and Chelsea Man double committing. But Chelsea Man kept his momentum up and got the final touch in the end. Insane goal right there. Insane impromptu innovation right there from Chelsea Man. 2-1 to Frontera Chrome. They got a goal out of nothing. Now can they keep this lead? Oh, it's even better for them. They have extended their lead to 2 now. Great pressure right here. Great pass too. Chelsea Man to Fiery French Toast. Good save from Fiery French Toast's shot, but then Meki Ducky was right there to finish it off. 3-1 after a great Game 2 from Axon Army. It's all unraveling for them, but they still have time to catch up. They just need to get that goal. No, they don't get the 50, though. Loyboy got beaten, but Piglet brings it forward, moves it towards the other end. Meki Ducky, though, with 100 boosts in the tank, easily able to bring it out. And now Loyboy taking advantage of the loose ball. No second to get to that. Meki Ducky clears it out. Delight with a nice touch to the opposite end. Gonna look for a bump. Gets Chelsea Man. But Loyboy went too far back and now needs to go all the way back to the backboard. Slows down, takes control, starts an air dribble. No one to challenge him until Meki Ducky got into the midfield. Piglet touches it down, but that just gives the ball to Frontera Chrome. Piglet hunting for demos along with Loyboy. Neither player gets any. Chelsea Man with a lofted shot. Loyboy gets it out. Piglet gonna bring it forward, but he booms it instead of taking control. Not that easy anyways to get a soft aerial touch unless you're playing at a very high level. The Piglet looking to keep the pressure up. He wants this Frontera Chrome side to just backpedal and get that awkward moment. And Loyboy forces it with a boom off of the side wall. Chelsea Man and Ducky together at the side. Chelsea Man trying to get back, just couldn't get far enough to get a substantial touch on the ball. Gets it into, puts it into the back of the net. An own goal for Chelsea Man. 3-2, but he might get a chance of redemption, and he does, straight out of kickoff. Doing it all by himself. Chelsea Man with zero boost, getting high enough to touch it in. Well placed right there. The 2-goal lead is back. 4-2 to Frontera Chrome. They're looking likely to go 2-0 up in this match as well. The light take into the corner. Loyboy, ooh, I don't think he was able to take control of that. Piglet needs someone to get this in the middle. But it just goes straight to Chelsea Man. Nobody there to challenge him. Fiery French toast popping it up. Time wasting galore. And the clock has hit 1. You know what that means. It is game over. Game 2 to Frontera Chrome. It's been a great start for them. And it might keep going. Because I don't see how you could derail this Frontera Chrome train right now. Yo, Skyline, thank you very much for the 100 bits and the Prime subscription. Much love, bro. Thank you so much for your great support. Skyline W indeed, Trashloon. Skyline W indeed. I don't know how much of Game 2 you caught, Skyline, but this was a pretty good game. Game 1 was a dominant Frontera Chrome performance. Axon Army, you know, combining, you know, Timber's Army and Axe and Rose together. So you're seeing AG Delight team up with Piglet and Loyboy from Timber's Army of Season 10. And Axon and AG Delight hasn't looked too bad so far, but... you know, Frontera Chrome just have that chemistry, and they're just playing at a much faster pace. So even when Loyboy gets into the groove of things, it just doesn't work out. Especially when, you know, Frontera Chrome are just so good in their positioning and reading of the game. They're just a well-oiled machine compared to this Axon Army side. Apologies, chat. We're having a bit of a delay because Rocket League said, nope, we're going to break down your private lobby, so I'm going to have to make a brand new one. So give us a bit before we get started with Game 3. That was a good game. Might be going to see TA in July. Whoa, okay. Wait, Skyline, are you going to Portland to see the Timbers, or are you going to be watching them come to Frisco? UE6 got to fix that, right? I don't know if that's necessarily an engine issue because they haven't had these kind of problems with their private lobbies. This might just be outside of their control, actually. It might, because I think they don't necessarily host their own servers. They also have a deal with a cloud company, so they get their servers from them. And if they terminate a server, You know, or if a server becomes unavailable from a set cloud service, then they have to break the lobby. Oh, you're going to Oregon for that July 22nd match, eh? Oh, sick, Skyline. Heck yeah. Yo, get some pictures as well, bro. I'd love to see that. All right, chat. Took a while, but we're finally getting started with Game 3. Both teams are now in at DFH Stadium. Here we go. Can Axon Army turn it around, or will Frontera go to match point? Might be doing a business trip up there and catch the game that same week. Yeah, why not? You know, kill two birds with one stone. If you got some free time, may as well. I don't think that business trip is an all expenses covered trip, right? So you're gonna have to pay for your own match ticket, correct? Speaking of matches, this match so far has been all Frontera Chrome. Even when they've been on the back foot by this Axon Army trio, they've still been able to find a way to get themselves going. Couple of fakes, a couple of whips, but now Axon Army take control. Piglet with a boom. This has been the theme from Axon Army. A lot of these booms from pretty much everyone, and if there's anyone taking control and bringing it forward with a dribble, it's Loyboy. So far, it's kind of worked out for them. Although I think it has made them a bit more predictable, and that predictability has come to haunt them, because Frontera Chrome took it from back to front. Once again, Chelsea man, the menace for this Axon Army side. An unfortunate touch with the ball just skimming over that cart going into the back of the net. I couldn't tell if it was because everyone's using a Fennec right now. I don't know whose Fennec it was. It's an unfortunate start for Axon Army. Could have been two, but Piglet with an incredible save coming off of the crossbar. When you come off the crossbar, one of your wheels goes off that surface, you know, your car loses all control. So Piglet did very well to keep that in check. French just had to get his own save. Nice second touch there from Loyboy. Popped up. Piglet looking for the bump. Delight diving in. Chelsea man at the right place at the right time to make the save. But Frontera Chrome are on the back foot right now. Fiery French shows an awkward moment. Chelsea man with zero boost has to engage. Piglet gets the touch, but that gives time to Ducky, who passes it to the middle to nobody. Loyboy takes over. Chelsea man nets it. Loyboy! Fiery French shows getting a great save thanks to its great positioning. And now Frontera Chrome with the counterattack. Mecky Ducky looking for the double. Loyboy getting his intervention in. Mecky Ducky couldn't get the dunk. Follow-up shots galore. Axon Army, hold on. Mecky Ducky keeps it going. Beats two with his reset. And Fiery French Toast capitalizes on that incredible work by Mecky Ducky. Look at that. Beating two. AG Delight diving in. Loyboy missing. Piglet had no chance right there once Fiery French Toast got into position. 2-0 to Frontera Chrome with 2 minutes 52 seconds left. And just like game one, Frontera Chrome are starting to run away with it. You hate to see it after such a good performance from Axon Army in game two as well. And as Trashloon in chat says, AA is indeed getting overwhelmed. And that's the problem with having, you know, players of varying skill levels play together. Because then they have a different understanding of the game. They play at a completely different pace. So you could try and do like quicker, more aggressive plays. You could try and get these passes going, and they can come off just like you did for Piglet right here. Wow. Insane 1-2 between Piglet and Loyboy. And Piglet with a fine finish to the far post. Chelsea man had the boost in his tank, but couldn't get anywhere near that. What a goal to get Timbers Army back into this. Now to finish my original thought, sometimes, yes, things could work out. But more often than not, you know, you're basically having to play it more safe and be more conservative. And when you drop deeper and deeper and you start to slow yourself down, that's when the opposition can take advantage. And Frontera Chrome have done a very good job of overwhelming Axon Army. But Axon Army are still showing signs of life. Once again, Axe and Army are on the back foot. Looking like Foot Esports right now. Taking advantage of their attacks. Piglet with a carry. Loyboy bumps him away. Oh no, open net. Fiery French Toast cannot extend the lead to 2. Once again, misses. Meki Ducky had to take a shot once everyone got back. And now Frontera needs to defend to hold on to this lead. Loyboy looking for a reset. Doesn't get it. Delight follows it up. Loyboy off the corner, but Piglet has no boost. He needs to go back. Loyboy has boost though. Picked it up right on cue to get it back. Gets the flick over one, but cannot get to the ball before Chelsea Man, who sets up across into the middle off the corner. Everyone missing. Piglet finally gets the final touch. Piglet, by the way, showing some really good mechs so far. He's been grinding and getting better and better at the game. That's really good to see. So has AG Delight, who misses, unfortunately, but Piglet, Loyboy, rather, gets the shot off. Now they all need to go back and defend. A whip from Chelsea Man, but Meki Ducky's there. Nice composure to keep that car still and get that solid touch. Open net for Fiery French Toast. No result right there, though. Off target yet again. Axe and Army have run out of time. They've had a couple of good moments, but they've not been able to create something substantial outside of that Piglet 1-2. And now we're into the final 10 seconds. Still a 1-goal game. Axe and Army can equalize and take us to overtime, but they got to get the ball into the other half. The Frontera have pinned them back right here, and they are going to seal the deal to get on match point. Incredible performance from the San Diego boys right here. Axe and Army, try as they might, have now a huge mountain to climb to keep themselves in Season 10.5's tournament. Now, as a reminder, because this is the lower quarterfinal, the loser does not get eliminated. In fact, the loser is going to be playing in the 5th to 6th place match, which will be happening against the other loser of the other lower quarterfinal match. So there will be one more match next week for the loser of this match right here, and they'll face off against the loser of Wonderwall Black versus KC Cauldron for 5th place. Still keep it close indeed, Trash Loop. Now, chat, for those of you who've been watching and paying attention, what do you guys think Axe and Army should do right now, besides hope for subs? Because for me, I think they've done everything they can. They just need to execute. If they get their hits going, if they don't double commit, just, keep it sensible and simple, I think they'll be fine. But we'll see if, they have any subs lined up. Because at this point, they're 3-0 down. They need something else. They really need something else. And here we go, Game 4 kicking off in the Stadio Vita. And as you can see right there on the upper right corner, Rydog has come in for Axe and Rose's HED Delight. Axe and Army now fielding a full Timbers Army side. Loyboy, Rydog, and Piglet against the same trio of Chelsea Man, Fiery French Toast, and Meki Ducky. Can things change for them? They can! Powerful shot from Loyboy. A huge bump on Meki Ducky, who was the savior for Frontera Chrome, but nobody could take advantage afterwards, and it's still 0-0. But Loyboy following it up, gets the bump just as the ball was floating into the net, and Loyboy gives Axe and Army their first lead of this match. What a start for Axe and Army. Now that Rydog's in, they can start playing at a much faster pace. They can be way more aggressive. They can start looking like the Timbers Army of Season 10 that won the league and troubled so many throughout that campaign. Frontera Chrome, meanwhile, already up there in front of the orange net. Meki Ducky getting a huge 50 off of 2 players, but Rydog is a benefactor. Chelsea Man getting chased by Piglet. Piglet does well to steal the corner boost, but Chelsea Man gets the ball and brings it forward. Loyboy with a pop-up Fiery French Toast gets to the ball, gets the 50, and now Frontera Chrome have a good situation right here. Chelsea man going for an insane sidewall jump attempt. Couldn't get to the ball though, and now Lloyd Boy doing what Frontera Chrome does so well, bringing the ball from back to front, open net at his mercy, and he gets his, and Axon Army second. They are now 2-0 up. Hold that though. Frontera Chrome get a goal straight out of kickoff to have the deficit. Rydog missing, Lloyd Boy pulling away, unfortunate. Fiery French Toast says, I'll take that, thank you very much. 2-1, just like that. If you're seeing Rydog's message in chat, thanks for UE6. Fun fact, Chelsea man is a psionics developer in Frontera Chrome, so that message is for him. And yes, if you missed the news from RLCS earlier today, Rocket League is going to get a massive update where they're basically going to be going into Unreal Engine 6. So yes, Unreal Engine 6 got announced just as the game got announced to have a major upgrade down the line. So exciting times coming for Rocket League and Psionics, and I can't wait to see what Unreal Engine 6 has in store for all of us, because Unreal Engine 5, not gonna lie, despite the early hype, it's been a bit of a disappointment. So I can't wait to see what Unreal Engine 6 has in store for all of us. Oh, good pass right there from Chelsea man to Fiery French Toast. Good save though. Keep that ball out of the net. But now they need to get the ball out of the goal mouth. Finally do. Piglet and Rydog going for it. Piglet flipping towards the ball. Gets a substantial hit. Not on target. But Frontera Chrome are on the back foot right now. A lot of time for them to get back still. But this is the first time we're seeing them really struggle to impose themselves, as it's this Axon Army trio that has taken over and taken control of the pace of this game. Big pop-up by Lloyd Boy. Nobody there to engage with him. Lloyd Boy's going to look for a second touch. Rydog has to intercept, but he gets demoed. Lloyd Boy gets the touch towards Piglet. And the ball goes towards Rydog, who spawned at the right corner. He didn't need to pick that side. The game picked it for him, but in a future update, yes, you will be able to pick the side that you spawn in as well. Big W in the chat for Psionics devs for removing another element of RNG and making this even more skill-based. Delight, good to see you in chat, by the way. Your performance, I've been amazed at how much you've improved, by the way. And I was so happy to see you play with Piglet and Lloyd Boy, because it feels like they got the best out of you as well. So I'm hoping we get to see more of you next week, whether that's for the Lord's semi-final match or the 5th place match. And I mean it too, Delight. You definitely got so much better. And right now, Axon Rose looking way better than they did the first 3 games. Frontera Chrome pinned back right here. Doing great at the back, but they need to go forward. We are in the final 40 seconds. Rydog looking for an audacious angle. Trying to play like Zen did for Vitality. Nice fake there by Chelsea man. Couldn't beat Rydog though. The ball is going back in front of the blue goal mouth. Awkward backflip. Uh-oh. Lloyd Boy comes in and seals the deal, hopefully, for Axon Army. Huge 3rd goal with 24 seconds remaining. 71 miles per hour, 114 kilometers per hour. Courtesy of Alan's BangersOnly.com radar gun. And Axon Army looks set to get their first game in the bag for this match and keep this match going, unless Frontera Chrome can spring a comeback. They needed a goal right at that instant to have any hope of coming back. Now the clock is against them. The ball floating like that is not going to be in their favor, and the ball entering the blue half means it is game over. Axon Army are on the board. They needed this. And it's the Timbers Army trio from Season 10 who get the win for Axon Army. Hopefully the lobby doesn't break after this. Right on, good to see you in chat, bro. Did you get any time to like settle in after you coming back from the airport, or did you just hop onto the game straight away? Ah, come on, game. Not like this. Why are we getting the lobby broken up after 2 games? Anyways, back to making a brand new lobby. Good to see people coming in to the stream. Hopefully you all had a good weekend so far. For those of you who are coming in for the first time, just a quick heads up. This is a mini season. We're not having a longer season like we would in the past because the World Cup is just around the corner. We basically set up a knockout tournament, double elimination knockout tournament that is, for both the Premier and Championship divisions. So right now we're playing the lower quarterfinal, which means whoever loses is knocked out, but that doesn't mean their season will end, because next week they'll be playing in the 5th place match against the loser of the other lower quarterfinal match, which will be played tomorrow night. All right, both teams are now going in as we kick off Game 6. And that countdown means it's kickoff. Here we go. Axon Army on the board after that big Game 4 win. Can they keep this going? Or will Frontera seal the deal right here? This looks like a really good start for Axon Army. No! And Loy Boy does it yet again. And this time, he brings out a magical move, winning the 50 against 2 Frontera Chrome players, and still having the momentum to keep his Fennec up in the air and get that final touch into the open net. What a start for Axon Army. They're up 1-0. Frontera Chrome, they've had some really good battles against Timbers Army in Season 10, and now that they're facing a Timbers Army trio, they have really struggled to impose themselves, and they've been second bested as well, despite having some good chances like they did just there. Chelsea man getting denied by a goal line save from Rydog. Now they're out of boost as well. The whole team is boost starved. Loy Boy pushing it forward, looking for a high double, but Chelsea man read that and took it away. Now brings it forward for a quick counterattack for Rydog and Piglet combined to pinch that out into the midfield. Chelsea man doesn't have any boost. He got harassed. Fiery French Toast looking for Chelsea man to keep this attack going. The ball is loose yet again, and Axon Army take control. Rydog looking for a shot off target, but he has come in and made an instant impact for this Axon Army side. Frontera Chrome, I don't think they have any subs lined up, so they have to change their own game to adapt to this Axon Army trio. Right now, they have no answer, though, despite being able to create some chances of their own. Chelsea Man looking for a 50, bumped right dog away. Piglet, though, has the time to clear it out. Lloyd Boy with a good sheer pitch towards the net. Firing French Toast back in position to make the save. But just a heads up, in 15 minutes, Los Cinco Doce versus El Matador, the upper final in the SGL Premier, will kick off. And we will get to that matchup once this matchup concludes. So once Frontera Chrome and Axon Army finishes, we will jump straight into Los Cinco Doce versus El Matador, if that starts at 11 a.m. whilst this is still going. 11 p.m. rather, whilst this is still going. Anyways, Frontera Chrome looking to get back into this. Just haven't had a good look at goal, and they've had to deal with these quick transitions as well, just using their boost to get back. Firing French Toast getting himself out of that play, just diving hopelessly for the ball, and now he needs to get back. At least Frontera Chrome are managing their boost better. Now they got to create a good opportunity right here. It feels like Axon Army are just first the ball at every single occasion. They have read these Frontera Chrome attacks like a book. They know what to expect in every single moment. So for Frontera Chrome, they might need an insane individual play or some really good quick passing to open them up. Because right now they're a bit too predictable. Chelsea Man centering Ducky. Ducky with a fake. The ball bounces away though. French Toast has to wait. He didn't want to engage. And now he has to go all the way back. Mecky Ducky with an awkward moment right there. Fortunately for him, the ball was going off target anyways. But now Axon Army are on the front foot. They're going to be entering the final minutes soon. Still 1-0 to Axon Army. They won game 4 by 1 goal. They're 1 goal up right now. It's been really close once Rydog has come in. But he has been the difference maker for this Axon Army side. Lloyd Boy looking for a shot, just wasn't able to get to that ball. Felt like it slowed down once it got off the backboard. Every single time Frontera Chrome boom the ball forward or try and get it off the backboard, Axon Army are just ready for it. They need more midfield passes. Early shot attempt right there. Mecky Ducky having to dive in as the third man after firing French Toast couldn't get the 50. Now 1v1 between Lloyd Boy and Chelsea Man. And Rydog ensures that he doesn't get involved. Big bump at the goal line. And Lloyd Boy extends the lead by 2 goals. Extends the lead to 2 goals with 36 seconds remaining. His second as well. Axon Army are a whole new team right now. Frontera Chrome have had no answer for them so far. And chat, I didn't want to say this, but I guess I'll say it now. We might be in line for a reverse sweep. Oh, Lloyd Boy hunting for a hat trick. Couldn't get a clean shot off, though. Mecky Ducky was there in front of him anyways. Mecky Ducky with 0 boost. Trying to control the ball. Couldn't get anywhere near it, though. And the clock has hit 1. Axon Army looking down the barrel after game 3. Have now sprung up to life. 2 wins in a row now. They're well and truly back in this matchup. And we are going to be going to game 6 at Neo Tokyo. If we get what we get tonight, I'll be freaking amazed, honestly, because it kind of feels like this week has had some more predictable results. So I'm hoping for some bangers here in the premiere. Thank you very much, Trash Moon. I don't do this too often for a reason, because I want to make sure I focus on everything else as well. But you know what? I'm having fun right now so far. Helps when you have an entertaining match like this. Some really good gameplay, great improvements as well. And now Game 6 in Neo Tokyo. This feels like a huge turning point moment. And Frontera Chrome respond with a kickoff set piece. Meki Ducky couldn't get a touch, but that was a really good idea. And now they all need to defend. Lloyd Boy, must-see double! You don't give Lloyd Boy that much time, or he will do that to you! Lloyd Boy with a piece of magic yet again! 67 miles per hour, 107 kilometers per hour, courtesy of Allen'sBangersOnly.com radar gun. And when Lloyd Boy gets the first, Timber's Army win. I say Timber's Army, yes they do win, but Axe and Army also win. Absolute insanity right here from Lloyd Boy. Frontera Chrome getting punished for giving him all that time and space, but now it's a chance not to get the equalizer! Off target! Lloyd Boy off of the post as well! Oh my goodness, that was so close! Right on follow-up shot off target! Oh man! Game 6 has started off hot. And Axe and Army, they've talked about looking to have fun, not really worrying about winning it all this mini season, wanting to give everyone time, but they are all business right here. With Piglet, Rydog, and Lloyd Boy, they are looking for the win, and Lloyd Boy gets the second. Another quick counterattack from the back. Rydog putting it out to Lloyd Boy, who taps it in. 66 miles per hour, 106 kilometers per hour. It's a powerful tapping right there. But that is the difference at the end of the day. Axe and Army up 2-0. Frontera Chrome really struggling right here. They need a goal right now. They get the chance. Another big save, this time from Rydog. Meki Ducky having a really awkward moment right there. Couldn't get the 50, couldn't get the aerial playoff. Has to backpedal because he ran out of boost. Chelsea man playing a back pass to Ducky, but he gets stumped by Lloyd Boy. French Toast has to get there and get involved. Gets the final touch away from Rydog. Piglet though forces it up yet again. Lloyd Boy looking for the shot. 50 off of the backboard. Lloyd Boy popping it up. Piglet couldn't get to that. But everyone is now going back. Axe and Army are set defensively yet again. A double! I say a double, I meant a backboard pass from Chelsea, man. And Meki Ducky powers it in. 67 miles per hour, 107 kilometers per hour, courtesy of Allen'sBangersOnly.com radar gun. If you're wondering why I keep bringing this up, it's my tribute to one Allen Pandering Wu, formerly of NYC 12, who represented the New York City FC fan base. Now that is an old SGL head right there. Used to commentate all the time, and he was a very special commentator for SGL, and that's my tribute to him. So Alan, if you're still around, we love you, we miss you, bro. We'd love to have you get involved with SGL yet again. And Axe and Army looking to get the 2-goal lead back. Good save right there off of the defensive transition. Balloon Boy does it yet again. The first touch gets the second. Didn't need flip resets. All he needed were 3 touches to beat all the players and tap it in. 3-1. It's all Lloyd Boy at the moment. Once Rydog came in, he woke up, and now he means business. We are set for a potential reverse sweep right here. Frontera Chrome need to finish it right now. And they do get a goal back. At least they found their shooting boots. Loose touch by Rydog. Piglet cannot make it. Chelsea, man, getting it off of the right wall. 3-2 to Axe and Army. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. This has been a back and forth affair with everything going on. Mistakes, punishes, solo plays, team plays, great defending. You name it. What a game. Right now, Frontera Chrome just need to solve the boost issue because more often than not, they just run out and then they get overwhelmed. Demos will help. Axon Army on the back foot. Chelsea man looking for a flip reset and then a 50 after trying to fake the flip reset. Neither worked out for him though. We haven't really seen Fiery Fred Shows get too involved once Rydog is coming in. Speaking of Rydog, he now stamps his contribution in with a big goal for Axon Army to extend the lead yet again to 2 goals. Can't believe what I'm seeing right here. This has been an insane matchup. Axon Army gotta defend yet again though. Fred Shows to the big 50. Becky Ducky gets beaten by Lloyd Boy. And Chelsea man follows it up off the ceiling. Great defending yet again. Piglet saw that coming, looking for a 50 yet again on French Toast, who doesn't even have much boost. This is where Frontera Chrome have really struggled. They need to do better at getting their boost, but they take advantage of the demo. No third man. Rydog was eliminated. Well, Rydog came up with Piglet anyways. Lloyd Boy was at the flank, so it was more of a mistake from Axon Army right there. Frontera Chrome reduced the deficit to 1 yet again. But now with 69 seconds remaining, can they get the equalizer? Every single time they've had this moment, they've conceded a goal! And it's happened yet again! Rydog gets his second. He's having a massive Game 6 right here. Great kickoff from Axon Army. Rydog beating Mecky Ducky at the near post. Oh my goodness, what a game this has been from Axon Army. Keeping Frontera Chrome at arm's length. But can they do it for 1 more minute? Frontera Chrome looking to get close yet again. Fiery Fred Shows a bit of a delay. Piglet gets invited to the ball, gets beaten. Lloyd Boy having to get that off the backboard, but the pressure remains for Frontera Chrome. Chelsea man slowing himself down, couldn't get to the ball. French Toast gets the corner boost. Lloyd Boy is out. He needs to recover now. French Toast carrying it to the other end. Oh my goodness, Becky Ducky misses. Uh-oh. Fiery French Toast though does just enough to keep it away from the blue net. But Axon Army rather, keep the pressure going. For Frontera Chrome, it might feel like they're just playing Timber's Army, but they take advantage of another defensive error from Axon Army. Great pass by Fiery French Toast to Mecky Ducky, who had the open net at his mercy. 14 seconds remaining. 1 goal difference. Can Frontera Chrome get the equalizer? They've done it in the past. They have to make this kickoff count, and they don't. It's Lloyd Boy. Flip reset. Cannot beat French Toast. Chelsea man to Ducky, but Ducky it's your boost. Blue ball to the middle. Fiery French Toast had to get it in. Chelsea man misses as well. And Axon Army get away with it. They win by the skin of their teeth. And we are going to Champions Field. Cannot believe what I've seen right here, chat. Wow. I never thought we'd have the prospect of a reverse sweep here, chat, but it is happening. It's all thanks to the big 4 goal contributions from Lloyd Boy, as well as Rydog coming up with 2 goals and 1 assist himself. Rydog, the goal scorer here tonight, choosing to push up and engage in the attack. Yeah, Luis, they did goon, not as bad as in the past games because they were getting their goals, but man, this Axon Army team have taken us to 7 now. Can go either way. Anything can happen once you're in Champions Field. And here we go, chat. Everyone flooding in now. Clock ticks down. And we kick off Game 7 between Frontera Chrome and Axon Army. Here we go. And yes, your eyes are not deceiving you, chat. Axe and Army have brought back in AGD Delight, this time for Piglet, so it's Rydog, Loyboy, and Delight. And what a moment there for Delight. He could have had the first goal. But what a save from Mickey Ducky. And now Fiery French Toast getting a save result. Loyboy off of the crossbar. Rydog! You cannot keep this Axon Army side out, especially when Rydog is involved. And he gets the first goal for the Portland Timbers boys. Doesn't matter if Piglet's not in there. They can still make it count. 1-0. And the reverse sweep is well and truly on. Cyberbird, good to see you in chat. I've been so hyped up right here. This match has been absolute cinema. Great first goal as well for Axon Army. Frontera Chrome need to regroup. Good pass out to Ducky. Looking for a solo effort. Cannot get one more touch after that second one. Now needs to reset. He has the boost. He needs to get a 50. Does off of Loyboy. Awkward front flip from Rydog, but he is back in defensive position. Trying to get it off the backboard. Delight with a great clearance to set up Loyboy on the counter. Loyboy looking for a double. Off target. And Chelsea man gets it out to Ducky. Wow, that was really good from Delight right there to kick off that attack. And he has played a big part in this Game 7 so far. But now it's Frontera Chrome's turn. Chelsea man with a great pass attempt to Ducky, but Ducky just couldn't get to the ball. Oh my goodness, this has been an insane matchup. But that's right, turn. It's been insane. Absolute cinema. Good God. Trying to catch up, but my breathing, oh my goodness, I'm just running on adrenaline at this point. That's cinema in the chat so you could see the absolute cinema emote. Because this has been an insanely good performance for both teams, but it's all Axon Army right now. Frontera Chrome need to get back. Fiery French Toast looking for a bump, but now he's back. Mickey Ducky with 0, slowing it down for his teammates to come back. French Toast with the clearance. He's gonna try and follow this up, but the ball's way too close to Loyboy. Loose touch from Loyboy though. Bump attempt from French Toast. Chelsea man choosing to stay in the midfield instead of looking for the cleanup shot. Probably did the right thing right there. But Frontera Chrome is starting to grow into this. Big booming shot. Loyboy, he fakes, and he gets the goal. I thought he faked, but he might have skimmed the ball right there. Actually, it was him who took that first shot. Faked it right there. Chelsea man and Fiery French Toast going crisscross. Neither able to get to the ball though. Axon Army up 2-0. They were 3-0 down in this matchup, chat. Then Rydog comes in and everything changes for Axon Army. But now they need to get back into defending like they always do. Rydog playing it off the backboard. Fiery French Toast getting involved in the goal action. It's been a while since he scored a goal. I think the last goal he scored was in Game 3. So for him to get a goal contribution is big. But it's 2-1 now. Game on. And Mickey Ducky gets the equalizer right on cue. Fiery French Toast with a huge assist. Big pop-up. Mickey Ducky gets the dunk on Loyboy. That Batmobile as flat as a paddle still did enough to push the ball into the back of the net. 2-2. All even now. Now what can Axon Army do? Now what is AG Delight capable of? We shall see what they have cooking right here. Delight diving in just as Loyboy did. Delight looking for a dunk right there, but had to bail out. Now he's gonna go back. Mickey Ducky with a big flick off that Batmobile. Uh-oh, French Toast missed. Chelsea man has to get the ball. He does. French Toast needs to follow it up, but Rydog booms it forward. Ducky gets the key touch to get it away. Delight misses! Rydog also misses! That was the moment for Axon Army to take the lead yet again. Two big misses with the net at their mercy. And now, Frontera Chrome have some hope. They're starting to look more confident. They just gotta get that boost so that they can get their attacks going. Ducky with a huge boom. Delight all on its own. And Frontera Chrome take the lead for the first time since Game 3. And it's a massive boom from Meki Ducky all the way from his own goal mouth. Delight tried as he could to get that save, but there was too much momentum on the ball. 1 minute remaining now. 3-2 to Frontera Chrome. Can they hold on and knock out Axon Army? Or can Axon Army take us to overtime and then some? Okay, finally got some time to breathe. Double commit right there, but that helps Axon Army because the ball goes away from all the Frontera Chrome players. Still got to do some defending. Fiery French Toast does well with little boost to get that out to the midfield. Loy Boy with an awkward touch gets bumped away. Chelsea Man booming it up to French Toast, who centers it for Ducky, who now has to go back because now it's Loy Boy all by himself, bringing it forward. Chelsea Man with a good save. What is Rydog gonna do right here? He's gonna boom it to the backboard, but it's just way too slow. Gives Chelsea Man enough time to bring it forward. Loy Boy now, looking for the final shot. Rydog on the open net! He missed! Loy Boy! Gets the equalizer with 1 second remaining! The miss helped, because it took everyone out from Frontera Chrome. Loy Boy with the open net! Chat! You know what's coming next! Absolute cinema! Cannot believe what I've seen right here, chat. Cannot believe what I've seen. And now we are in overtime in Champions Field. Fiery French shows the flick up. Loy Boy has to get involved and make a save. He looking for the dog. He could not beat Loy Boy. He gets demoed though. Chelsea Man looking for a double off the corner, but he taps it to the other end. And Axon Army gets some time to breathe and a chance to counter with Loy Boy. Looking for the mushy flick and double. What a way to end this match. And it's Loy Boy delivering on the magic. A play worthy of a massive highlight in RLCS itself. Loy Boy completes the reverse sweep. 4-3 in Game 7, 4-3 in this match. Frontera Chrome are out. All they can play for is 5th place now. Axon Army go into the lower semi-final. Oh. Guys, clip that. I will forget, but clip that right now and put the link in the chat. Because damn, what a goal. Well, chat, you only have 1 second to breathe because we're going to be jumping straight into the other match now. Between La Cinco Doce and El Matador in the upper final. Oh, Loy Boy drove the lane and dunked. And then some, Luis, and then some. Oh my god. Nasty goal. Ay, ay, ay. Like, how do you top that? How do you top that? Seriously. Apologies, chat. I'm just rushing to make this other lobby right now because I don't want both teams to wait too long. we're not going to do any interviews right now for the first match. That's going to go until, that's going to be saved for later. So if both sets of players are still around, maybe we could get some interviews from either or both of Frontera, Chrome, and Axon Army. But for now, we're going into the second match. AG Delight, that absolutely was a goddamn delight, and you deserve a whole lot of credit for that Game 7 performance. You stepped up big. You were incredible there. The chat, perfect timing. I am no longer alone in the commentary booth. With me is...
It's me. I just played. Hi, friends. I got off a plane. That's why I didn't show up in the first few games, but we're so back. And as fun as that match was to be a part of, we've got another match rolling. So I don't know what you've talked about this match already because I'm just here, but we got one more banger match too, so should be good.
Yeah, seriously, but I don't know how you follow up that game winner. Right, Og, since you're here, what how'd you guys react when you saw that? Because that is an RLCS highlight reel goal right there.
We thought he like mustied, was it Chelsea man or whoever was like up there with him, like trying to like win the ball, like win the 50. Like we straight up thought he like mustied the car instead of the ball. Or flick the, I don't know. That was, I'm still in like shock. I might have to go back and watch it from his POV again because I like literally have no idea how he did that and then still had the boost and the positioning to like double tap that, because surely we saw like a conglomerate of cars up there. We're like, there's no way he gets back to that. Like, it's fine. He did like good for what was worth, and then he somehow doubled that, and we were all like, what in the world?
What? Yeah, exactly. What in the world? What else do you say after that?
I don't think we didn't even react that much because we literally, I think we're just in shock of like, we have no idea how that actually happened. So
yeah. Well, I mean, since you're here, I mean, you know, I'm just wondering, because you talked about wanting to give other players a try, not really worrying too much about the end result and all. I mean, you kind of stuck to your word there because you brought AG Delighted for Game 7. How'd you rate his performance?
It's good. I think, as I'm sure like all of us know, and as I'm sure he knows, like it's still like you know, like a level above where he's at in terms of like play, but he has the like IQ, he has the positioning. It's just kind of the mechanical kind of part of it. So I think he's like halfway there. Like he can compete, and it might not look like it like on the scoreboard, but there were times when like he was getting in there winning 50s and kind of just keeping plays alive and kind of doing the right things there. So you know, that's all I want from him. Like, you play your game at whatever level of the opponents we have. Lloyd Boy and I are good enough to adjust, and that's fine. But we want you to get the practice. We want you to like see what it's like, be in the lobbies of kind of like higher ranked players, so you can kind of see what's going on.
And you know what? He absolutely delivered. I mean, when he was teaming up with Piglet and Lloyd Boy, he was playing a big part in all sequences and, you know, attacks and even defensive moments. Yeah, ignore that trigger. I know. It's just a glitch. Don't worry about it. But to continue on with my question, were you surprised at how much better he got mechanically? Because it looked like he was going up in the air and he was as comfortable as anyone out there aerially.
I think he's more confident, and that's what makes him like, I don't want to say good now because he's always been like good. It's just like he's more confident to go up for balls. And I think when we first started playing back in season 7? I think it was season 7. Like he was just scared, and you can tell he was kind of doing circles and you can tell he would want to go up and hit the ball, but he just like couldn't figure out how to do it. And he's played the game so much and grinded so much to where he's now confident enough to be able to jump for those and to potentially contest. I think the consistency, obviously, like we all do, needs some work. But like he once again, he's halfway there. He is jumping for the ball and he's in the right spots. Now he just needs to get the consistency to make contact and kind of, you know, win a 50 to where we need it as the